Welcome everyone back to Pommy and All's. Hope we're all doing really well. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are absolutely churning out the content leading into the draft in about 3 weeks' time, just under. And we're back again with some more pocket profiles. We're in the third wave now. We're in the third tier of Pommy's rankings. As you can see, if you are new around here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, become a member of the channel. We are going to be doing a little bit of a live stream for the members this weekend. Bit of a cheeky giveaway, so stay tuned for that. And what we're doing today is we're covering Archie Roberts, Will Graham, Luamon Lual, Will McCabe, Lance Collard, Tew Jiath, Will Green, Charlie Edwards, Angus Hastie, and a bit of Taylor Goad. So we've got some real good names here. Some you may be familiar with. Some have been much hyped. Some maybe you're hearing about for the first time. So let's crack. And we start with a club that is no stranger to these pocket profiles, Sandringham Dragons, and the young man himself, Archie Roberts. Archie's been very strong this year. He's been really the standout for this side, and he's been a title winner everywhere he's gone. You may have seen him. There was quite a lot of reports when he was in the under-17s as well, but a very quick player, a real noticeable kick. And in today's game where rebound defenders are in vogue, Archie picks that out. He really is a standout for a guy that can do that. His improvement has been nothing short of remarkable over the last 2 years, culminating this year in not only being in the AFL Academy, but also gaining All-Australian Junior honours. An exceptional kick, an exceptional IQ. His ability to bring players in and his transitional threat shouldn't be understated. And the size and dimensions of him at 184, 79 kgs really do suit that modern day player. Like you can see here for Sandy this year, 9 games for them, where he was 20.9 disposals, 3.7 marks, 4 rebound 50s, 4.3 intercept possessions, and 2 tackles. And he backed that up at national championship level as well, which is really positive as well when he's going to that higher level with a 20.8 touches, 3.8 marks, 4.3 intercept possessions, and a staggering 3.5 score involvement. He was a standout. He was a real standout with natural leadership ability, like we can see here. Transitional threat, high IQ, exceptional skills. And I expect to see this guy go anywhere from that 15 to 25 mark. There'll be a few clubs after him. Carlton, definitely, they're probably in. The rumours are for a rebounding type player. St Kilda may look at him. North, definitely, with all their plethora of picks, may be looking at him. And the Sydney Swans may do. We know I've linked them with Big Leaky, but it may be another one. But this guy here is going to definitely be taken, you'd imagine, early doors, and a very strong, exceptional young man, and one which we can't wait to see him translate into AFL, and it should be early doors. Up next, William Graham from the Gold Coast Academy. It seems to be a plethora this year of players that Gold Coast have, and they've got another one here, and this one probably is the least talked about of them all. But Will Graham, 186, 81 kegs, can play down the back. Towards the end of the year was an inside bull, and he's a very, very strong player at that 181, 86 kegs. The 5 games for the Gold Coast Suns Academy, ranging in 19.4 touches, 3.4 marks, 4 clearances, and a smashing 6.4 tackles. This guy really is something about him. And you can see him having kind of a Rory Laird, Jordan Dawson gift in the terms of that he can play down the back towards the end, but then can play on the ball with his ability to get the ball out of stoppage, but also his ability to be very clean under pressure. Incredibly athletic and incredibly strong in and around the clutches. He's got a real strong core and he breaks through very easy. He nearly was on the extended benches of the VFL side, just showing how good he is. His ability to bring the team in and around him is exceptional. His work in tight spaces is really strong. You can see him playing in that kind of like tagging role down the back to start with, but he will convert back into a midfielder because his competitiveness is absolutely insane. Few question marks over the season of his like endurance. But then again, we are going from a very elite level junior system to an elite level professional system, and that should be it. But his tackle and his ferociousness in the tackle and his bullish nature makes him a real eye-catching talent. And obviously, with him being landlocked to Gold Coast, you'd imagine that someone will put on a bid for him in that 20 to 30 category. But a really exciting prospect, and one that isn't talked about enough for mine, but a very incredibly versatile player. Up next, Luamon Lual, and this guy here is eye candy for your people who like halfbacks like myself. 182 and 72 kegs. This kid here is built as a halfbacker, and his stats suggest he is a pure player here. 14 touches for GMV Rebels, 17.9 disposals, 2.1 marks, 4.6 intercept possessions, and the 3.6 tackles. It shouldn't be understated that this guy, when he takes off, he takes off. His ability to turn a very dangerous pocket forward into a very vulnerable defender shouldn't be understated. His ability at pace is exceptional. And once he hits that running ball, he is got backed it up as well in the national championships. 4 games, 11 touches, 3.3 marks, 4.5 intercept possessions, and showed that he wasn't scared of chasing these down and really putting on the pressure in the tackles with the 2.5 tackles. Natural line breaker, incredible speed, good read on the ball, but incredibly elite ground ball game. A pick will come in about that 20 to 30 mark, which is late first round if we count all the NGAs and father sons this year. Carlton will definitely look at this guy as a natural heir apparent to someone like Adam Saad. Pairing this guy up with him, also working with Sam Doherty and Nick Newman, who is the older statesman of them three, would be really exciting. But this guy stands out. His ability to play that 1-2, that give and go, and turn defence into attack shouldn't be understated. An incredible footballer who is ready to play really from round one. And his ability with the ball will improve in them short handball chains. A real strong player, and one that I'm looking forward to seeing this year. Coming up to the Hawks, Will McCabe, and a father-son nomination, the son of Luke, 138 gamer, and started his life as a forward, moved down the back, and a player that has really been really interesting as we've seen the season go on. 9 games, 21.8 touches, 5.9 marks, 6.1 intercept possessions, and a staggering 7.3 spoils. This guy is strong in the air, great movement, highly athletic, and an incredible IQ for someone so young. A bid should come in between that 20 and 30 mark. And when you're standing in them dimensions, 197 and 86, everyone seems to be quick nowadays. Everyone seems to be that type of player that is highly athletic. And he backed it up at national champs in the 3 games with the 7.3 spoils and the 4.3 intercept marks. He's a real strong defender with a high vertical leap, with massive upside, but also incredible speed and athleticism. The modern-day backman. And when we see these players like Sam Taylor, Jacob Wheater all combining them facets, this is the modern-day antichrist of these players we're seeing like Max King and stuff. Will McCabe is definitely a player that's going to be better than where he's taken. But this makes them key defenders and them key forwards probably highly sought after in the terms of their sliding, because the focus is so much on elsewhere. Will McCabe is an incredible acquisition, and I think Hawthorn are continuing this rebuild in the best of stead. Up next, Mr. Lance Collard. We've talked about this guy a lot on this show, and there's a reason why. 180, 65 kgs, Subiaco, fantastic waffle talent. He is a goal-kicking machine. The 11 games, 11.5 touches, 7.4 score involvements. This guy knows where the onion bag is very quickly, and he has got that wonderful mullet-type shaved head that we really enjoy. The 2.7 tackles showing he doesn't skimp on it, and 2.3, that should say goals a game, 2.3 goals per game this year in the Waffle Colts. Just under a goal a game at national champs levels, 2.7 tackles and 2.3 score involvements. Played more of a superseded role, which may put some recruiters off, but his form in the Waffle Colts shouldn't be understated. Carlton will definitely look at him. St Kilda will definitely look at him. He's got a lot of Dan Butler at him. I could even see be surprised, but I could see Collingwood looking at him because he's got Jamie Elliott written on him and he ain't getting any younger. Fremantle and Eagles will definitely, but his ground ball game, superb. Goals, X factor, exactly what you want, but he's also loves that high flying mark. Definitely needs to improve. He gives away a lot of cheap free kicks and he's got a real fire in his belly. But I really like that and that really excites me. This is a player that has definitely gone understated but has popped up. And remember, he is a West Coast Eagles NGA type player, but the problem is he'll be taken before that big 40. Definitely go around 20 and 30. A real exciting talent and one to watch out for. If your club's got him, this guy can play round 1. Up next, Tew Jiath, and we love Mr. Jiath here. He is CJ's little brother, and you know what? You can see here, even though he is an NGA, it's going to be tough for them to do it. Will Hawthorn pick him up? The problem is that with that Will McCabe, any picks after pick 39 will be eaten up, and he won't drop that late. But his back season form incredible. Definitely will be a 20 to 40 pick in this. I've got him higher ranked. I would probably be looking at him in that 20 pick because of that, but it will be definitely about 20-40. Gippsland power boy, 10 games, 17.7 disposals, 3.5 marks, 7.4 intercept possessions, and the 5 rebound 50s. Massive IQ of this guy. You can see it written all over him. Very like his brother. When he gets the ball, he looks to take the game on. Whether it's an attacking play, whether it's not, incredibly athletic, loves to bring players in. And at the Coates League this year, 17.7 touches, 3.5 marks, 5 rebounds, 7.3 intercept possessions, 1.5 spoils, and 2.1 tackles. He's the total complete line-breaking type player who can intercept but also turn the game on very early. Incredible legs on this guy, and his evasiveness is incredible. And he's a talent that has got an incredibly high ceiling. Will be a lot higher when we redo this draft. I would say probably a top 15 talent when we redo this draft. This is what I look for in the right system with the right people around him. Look out. And we like ruckman this year, and Will Green's one here from my favourite team. If you've been watching me, you know I love Northern Knights players. And this kid here, 204 and 93 kegs, one of the few that is probably strong enough to play seniors early doors. 13 games, 11.3 touches, 3.3 marks, 22.8 hitouts, 3.67 score involvements. Definitely Sydney, Collingwood may look at him as a young little replacement, someone to learn. Richmond, Nankervis, maybe they'll look at that losing Soldo. Sydney definitely can punt on him, having Grundy and Laddams there. And Carlton may be linked with him. We've talked about that not knowing what the future may hold for Murkoff, they may do it. Strong base to work with, incredible ruck craft, incredibly mobile. His ability as well, his second and third efforts is there, but as a player, his ruck work is already there. And what we've noticed this year as well is that when he played that senior type football and he went into the national championships, he backed it up, was probably better in the 3 games. 4.3 score involvements, 24.3 hitouts, 2.3 marks, the 3 clearances and the 12 touches. Definitely a bit to work with there. And you think if you can get him around and improve them lower base, he's got average across the board, which is really exciting for a ruckman and one that I feel will develop very quickly. Another Sandy Dragons boy, Charlie Edwards. And Charlie Edwards is incredibly exciting talent. Another late bloomer, will go about 20 to 30. Pairing this at GWS makes sense. Working with Keneally or working with Kelly, this guy's like that hybrid. He's a complete midfielder. Carlton will definitely look at him because he's probably everything they wanted young Paddy Dow to be and more. North Melbourne may look at him, Eagles in their rebuild, but this guy's burst away from stoppage. He's good. High IQ, tasty little peg on him as well. The 12 games at the Coates level, 17.1 touches, 3.3 marks, 2.8 tackles, and the 0.6 goals. And I really like Charlie Edwards. He's one that definitely is an intriguing prospect when those around him are getting it. He had an incredible second half, and his ability to kick and dance through traffic, shouldn't be understated. A real nice size as well, 190, 185 kgs. Reminds me a lot of Pendlebury, the way he dances through traffic. Not incredibly quick all the time, but he makes time stand still. But that initial first 5 meters is incredibly fast. Probably not a high top-end speed, but the burst away is. And he has that low kick, that flat kick, and he hits targets and finds them. A real strong talent and one that should be exciting. Geelong Falcons, they usually have quite a lot here, but this guy here is a beauty. Angus Hastie, 190, 74 kegs. His ability to get ahead of his wingers shouldn't be understated. The third best time this year as well in the agility test. This guy is incredibly agile. His ability to find a mark, but also play lockdown defender shouldn't be understated. Is a basketballer as well. Highly agile, incredible rebound and incredible speed with massive upside. Reminds me a lot of Tom Stewart. But just early and we know about him. I think Saints will be into him. I think Geelong will be into him. Could see GWS having a sniff. Melbourne definitely would have a sniff. A lot of teams around this 25 to 40 range have peaks around here. The 13 games, the 20 touches, the 4.6 marks, the 7.9 intercept possessions, the 4.8 rebound 50s. He is that modern day mid-sized player. There's a lot of Brody Kemp about this guy as well, but his efficiency, he is dangerously efficient. I would love him at my football club if we didn't have a load of these type of players, but he uses the ball so incredibly well and a real strong player. I reckon Geelong will sniff at this guy because you just know Geelong like to keep it in top talent. And one that shouldn't be understated because when he played national championships, he backed it up. 4.3 intercept possessions, 12.5 disposals, the 3 rebound 50s, and really showcased his ball use in them games. One to look out for. And then Taylor Goad, another ruckman, South Australian boy, and one that is an exciting and real good ruck craft, but his second and third efforts are really strong. Groundwork is good. He's got some real high pluses and high ticks. 206 centimeters and 97 kgs. This guy is a behemoth of a young boy. He was eating well as a kid and he backed it up at national championship level, 7.3, 55% hit outs to advantage. And he plays like a small forward at times. You want to see him play because his speed is incredible. It's like watching Usain Bolt. It's really noticeable, and he's a really interesting. I could see if Adelaide have a sniff. It's probably too early at their earlier pick. You never know, though, at draft night if they trade down and someone tries to trade up, which I could see them doing, having pick 18 and 14, but them teams we've got there, his development this year has been insane. And when they start hitting these nails of development, it always says to me that they're in the zone. His size is massive. His speed gives him a huge POD. And this could be someone that could slot forward, I feel, because he's not too shabby. He did take the goals pretty well, just under half a goal a game in the 16 games he played for South Australia. So in the games he did play for South Australia in the 4 games, you saw that Sandford as well. He really was there, just under the 4 score involvements, which is massive. Real strong developer, and one that I'm really excited to see. Eagles may sniff at him, so will Sydney. In the right circumstance, this guy could be an absolute jet of a footballer. And if you've got your ruck sorted, one to lean on. But they're the 10 we've covered. We'll have some more later on in the week. Who's your favourite prospect there? Let me know in the comments. Till next time, hit that like, hit that subscribe, become a member. Link is in the description. Peace.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad.